messed up again. And now the question echoes inside. Is God disappointed in me? Maybe no one else knows, but you do. The thoughts you had, the words you said, the thing you promised you'd never do again. And now, shame walks in and sits beside you, tells you God's pulling away, tells you he's tired of forgiving you. But that's not his voice. That's not his heart. God doesn't run from the broken. He moves toward them, not to condemn, but to restore every time. God knew every failure before you made your first mistake, and he still chose you, still called you, still sent his son for you. Disappointment implies unmet expectations, but God is not surprised by your weakness. He sees the whole story, not just the fall, but the return, not just the sin, but the surrender. He doesn't ask for perfection. He asks for honesty. David fell hard, but God still called him a man after his own heart. Not because David was flawless, but because he kept coming back. That's what God desires, your heart, not your performance. There is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear, because fear has to do with punishment. But you are not under punishment, you are under grace. God's love isn't fragile. It doesn't break when you do. It stays. It covers. It rebuilds. You don't have to tiptoe around him, wondering if he's still here. He never left. Your mistake didn't move him away. It moved him closer. Like a father lifting his child from the dust, not with anger, with tenderness. You're not too far. You're still held. Stay connected to these moments of peace. Subscribe and turn on the bell for more. God doesn't grade your life like a test. He guides it like a journey. He knows there will be detours, knows you'll stumble, knows the weight you carry, and still, he stays. The cross wasn't a backup plan. It was the plan. Not for the flawless, but for the flawed. Not for the righteous, but for the real. You don't disappoint God by being human. You reflect his grace when you return. Every stumble is a chance for redemption. Every fall a space for mercy. He's not keeping score, he's keeping you. When Jesus met the woman caught in adultery, he didn't shame her. He didn't list her failures. He knelt. He defended. He lifted her head and said, "Neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more." That's his heart. Truth, yes, but always wrapped in love. He doesn't ignore sin, but he doesn't weaponize it either. He heals the wound instead of pressing on it. He restores dignity instead of stripping it. If you've fallen, he isn't waiting to reject you. He's waiting to restore you, not in anger, in compassion. God's mercy is new every morning, not because you used it up yesterday, but because he knew you'd need it again today. He doesn't run out. He doesn't roll his eyes when you pray again for the same thing. He listens. He leans in. He remembers your dust and still sees gold underneath. His grace isn't just for salvation. It's for every step after. When you fall, when you doubt, when you feel unworthy, he covers every piece, not reluctantly, but gladly. You are not a burden to him. You are beloved. Sometimes the enemy doesn't need to destroy you. He just wants you to believe that God is disappointed in you. Because if you believe that, you'll hide. You'll isolate. You'll stop praying. But God isn't pushing you away. He's drawing you near. Like the father of the prodigal, he's watching the road, waiting for your return. Not to scold you, but to embrace you, to clothe you, to remind you, you are still his. No mistake has rewritten your identity. No failure has canceled your calling. He is still for you, even now. You are not a disappointment to God. You are the reason he sent his son. He didn't wait for perfection. He came for the broken. So come as you are. No masks, no performances, just honesty, just surrender. Because God's love doesn't waver with your weakness. It meets you there. It carries you forward. He doesn't define you by your past. He defines you by his promise. Still chosen, still pursued, still loved. What's one lie you used to believe about God, and how did his truth set you free? Share your story in the comments. Someone needs to hear it.